I'm trying to get something out of my zipper.
It's gonna be an interesting show. Been a while since we've been on a Saturday night too.
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, and it's out of my zipper.
Oh, hold on. I forgot to there we go. Forgot to mute the other side.
Because all I heard is my zipper.
Paranormal.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Annoying.
Gonna be
It is annoying.
neither one of us are feeling good. I'm hoping the alcohol kicks in and makes me feel better.
Me too.
Oh,
All right, you ready to roll the intro and get cracking?
yeah, I think it's time to really dive into this Linda Vista Hospital here.
Yep. Let's do it, and away we go.
And welcome in everyone to a beautiful Saturday night in December. I'm your host for Ghosts, John Watkins. Of course, everybody knows and loves the host with the most, Mr. David Lowe. How's it
I'm
going?
wearing a crown on my head. I'm like,
Hey, mine lights up.
yours lights up. Mine is,
Yeah.
my team. Where's my balls? There it is. Look at that.
But I just want to tell everybody out there, Happy Yule, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and of course, Merry Festivus to the rest of us. We're gonna talk Linda Vista Hospital, and this is a place that me and you have fallen in love with over the years of watching investigations and things of that sort in this place. And oh, there's my love. Yay, my love is on. She's
Here's my dog.
hey, you're getting big.
Yes, go to bed.
But yeah, Saturday night. It's been a while since we've been on a Saturday night.
I know. It just, man, we both felt like shit yesterday, and I
Oh,
mean, I'd still say we're not 100%, but
oh no, no, no.
but yeah, no, I was sick all week. I had to push by the numbers a day, so I didn't do by the numbers until Thursday, and then I was like, but Friday was the worst, man. I was like, dude, I don't know, but so we're here Saturday night.
Talking
We're gonna
paranormal.
talking paranormal, drinking booze. I'm so down for this.
Yeah, I got the rum and Dr. Pepper going. Uh Hopefully that makes me feel better towards about 5 minutes into the show here.
Mhm. And my ghost tube still is not talking through the box.
Ooh, that is weird. That means it must be an update for the Roadcaster, maybe.
Yep, I don't know. Like I said, I just did a software update for the phone, like right before the show started.
Oh wow.
And I wonder if that might have done it. Yeah, it just said you can't understand. I said, I don't understand. That's the thing.
The tech,
'Cause- 'cause
tech
the-
man.
I have to, I have to put my technical director hat, take the Santa hat on, figure out what the hell's going on.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, mine's working loud and clear. It's kind of weird that I'm the one not having the problem with the ghost tube.
I know, right?
Not used to that. Not used to that at all.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna disconnect mine so at least I can hear it.
Oh, there you go.
And then we'll go that way with it.
Yeah. Just turn it up. It'll pick the mic picks up pretty good. I put a spell on you. So Linda Vista Hospital in the heart of what
Yeah, heart of
Eastern
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this place is a lot bigger than I thought it originally was when I first heard about this place. I thought it was a very smaller. I mean, if you consider hospitals nowadays, it is pretty small. But I didn't realize how tall it was. That it was multiple stories. Even in like the paranormal investigations that I've seen, you don't really get a true picture of how big this place really is
Mhm.
until you start diving into this place. So it's interesting to kind of see. I'm interested to see where this place lies with the rest of the hospitals and places that we've talked about. Considering this is the last haunted location for season 3. Oh,
Yep.
Reed, what's up, Spicy?
What's up, Reed? It's good to see you, brother.
So I'm interested to see where this goes. Everything is haunted in LA. It seems that way, except for the Figueroa. But we've been throwing things out that way.
Yeah. The Figueroa Hotel used to be haunted, but then somehow after they rebuilt, they're not dealing with anything now.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I do we want to get into the history of this place? Are we ready to dive into the Linda Vista Hospital, or what do we want to do here?
yeah, let's go ahead and get the history out of the way for the Linda Vista Community Hospital, formerly the Santa Fe Coastlines Hospital.
Yeah.
And we're gonna table spicy comments
Okay.
because it's talked about in the lore. So we'll take that with that, and then we'll respond to your question, Reed, when we come back. So take a look at the history of the Linda Vista Community Hospital. Linda Vista Community Hospital may no longer be open to paranormal investigators, but its rich history makes this a location that is still worth talking about. The original hospital was called the Santa Fe Coastlines Hospital. It opened its doors in the fall of 1905 to cater specifically to the employees of the Santa Fe Railroad. The site had its own cows, chickens, and garden to provide the freshest milk, poultry, butter, eggs, and vegetables to its patients. The hospital was so successful that it began expanding. In 1938, the main building was replaced by the structure we see today, and the hospital's name changed to Linda Vista Community Hospital. By the late 1970s, more and more railroad workers started using more conventional medical insurance policies. That, plus the monetary decline of the area around the hospital, caused it to be financially affected. So in 1989, the Santa Fe Railroad sold the 150-room hospital to American Healthcare Management. It was reported that Linda Vista was forced to reduce operational expenses, and this led to a decline in the quality of care given to its patients. As the hospital cut costs, staff and management began transferring to other hospitals. During the 70s and 80s, crime rose dramatically in the area, and the hospital primarily treated victims of gang-related violence. Since these patients were either underinsured or uninsured altogether, Linda Vista was hemorrhaging money and losing lives. System mismanagement and public criticism that was noted through an LA Times article in 1988 forced the hospital to close its emergency department in 1989. The financial problems as well as the quality of care continued to decline, and the Linda Vista Community Hospital had to cease operations in 1991. But as the hospital is in LA, the film and TV industry became involved with the property. From 1987 to 2015, 11 movies ranging from Born in East LA to Insidious 3, 4 TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Criminal Minds, and 3 music videos like Duran Duran and Hollywood Undead, all filmed at Linda Vista. In January of 2006, the hospital was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. In 2011, the 4.2-acre property was purchased by Amcal Multi-Housing Incorporated. The main hospital and the nurses' dormitory were remodeled and became Hallenbeck Terrace in 2015. What was once a 150-room hospital became a fixed-income senior complex with 97 apartments and a medical facility. Now that the doors of this location are closed to outsiders, we have to wonder, are the guests of Hallenbeck Terrace able to live out their days in peace? Or are the former patients of Linda Vista Hospital their unwanted roommates?
Wow, that's
Talk to me.
such a bummer that we can't go there.
Yes.
That was a huge letdown in the research of this property here.
Yeah.
What's up, Rich?
What's up, Rich? So yeah, to answer your question, is very much an assisted living center now. And would I send my parents there? No. I don't think I would.
It was crazy because like it used to be like half and half, but now it seems like the whole place is in
The
assisted
whole
living.
thing. Yeah. Because
Ah.
at first it was just they did um the nurses' dormitory. And they did that first, but the main building was still accessible.
Yes.
And then they did the main building. So now we don't have access to any of it.
Oh, such a bummer. I guess we gotta scratch that place off our list to go.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still try, but
okay. I mean, that'd be kind of awesome to kind of go in there and see if they let like a small paranormal group, like 2 guys who like to drink and talk about paranormal. To go in there
no, really, my grandma's in here.
and kind of visit and see what's going on, you know, because that was always a question of mine. Like when this place was half and half, that was always a question of mine. Is the residents there? Do they have to deal with the paranormal that's going on there?
Command.
Because there's tons of stuff that was going on there before they renovated the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a room in there that people just don't want to go into. And now they're housing some old person in there.
Yeah. They're, and they still use the medical facilities.
Yeah.
So they took like that first floor of the main building and they made, they did their own medical facility. So they've got the stuff in there too. And if you're kind of replaying that, then the spirits will go, oh shoot, we're back to being a hospital, so I can do my rounds and stuff. But I do have a couple of reports. What are you doing?
Gnocchi.
Yoki, I love you too, but I'm doing a show. You gotta go. Go ahead. Bed. Your bed is literally right next to me. He just gets up and goes, "Daddy, you gotta pet me."
I'm feeling the need for some loving.
Yep, I need some loving.
And brandy.
Yeah. Brandy, all right. I could use some brandy. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Reed. But yeah, so as far as, but yeah, like I said, I've got a couple of security guard that, that actually confess some things. They're like, one where this paranormal group was like, "Hey, we do an investigation," and the security guard's like, "No, you can't go in there." And they're, "Well, can we interview you?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." So he's like, talking about stuff. Um,
Because you gotta think. One, it was I would say probably this is a place I'd say plagued with paranormal
oh yeah,
activity.
considering what happened, I mean, this is what they did because their money, their available money kept going down and going down. They kept
Yeah.
losing finances, and the crime rate kept skyrocketing in the
Yeah.
area. So they basically became a treatment center for gangbangers, and they lost so many patients. They had to do some crazy stuff. They lost all their good doctors,
Yeah.
and they had these doctors that didn't know what the hell they were doing because no one else would hire them.
Yeah.
And so they started doing these crazy stupid shit on their patients and losing patients left and right.
Are you
Equipment
scared?
wasn't working, a little bit, but
Yeah.
not, but yeah, this, I would hate to go into this hospital. It would suck.
No, this is a place where you got sent to die type place. Oh,
Yeah,
Dave's with the hat already.
yeah,
This is I don't know. This is just it's one of those places that it was plagued with paranormal activity, even though half of it was before they did the full renovation was still an assisted living place. Uh,
mhm,
I mean, you have people that were shooting movies and stuff there that were talking about their paranormal experiences in the place while shooting their movies and videos, music videos, and television shows there.
yeah,
And then they completely renovate it. And we all know usually what happens during renovations, it usually ramps up the paranormal activity in a location because things are changing and they don't necessarily like change.
right,
It seems like for some reason the paranormal do not like the changing of their environment.
yeah,
So I'm very interested to know what these elderly people there with the assisted living are experiencing because there's a room there that literally housed I would consider it maybe a demonic presence based off of what's
mhm,
happened in that room. And it felt like it was trapped in that room, and then they do a full renovation of the place. Is that thing now wandering the halls in this newly renovated assisted living place?
yeah,
So that's worrisome to me, actually. You had something that was kept in a specific place, and you just tore stuff down and got rid of its barrier, and now it has the ability just to walk wherever the hell you wanna be.
yeah. That's got free reign.
Spicy says, "Would you want to be there in your 70s?" Hell no. Uh, Me, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna go to an assisted living place, at least, it'll be entertaining.
yeah, yeah. Give me a haunted one when I'm 70. Yeah, I'll do it because then
Yeah.
I'll do investigations.
Yeah. Like, this dude is just walking the halls in the middle of the night with a camcorder. What the hell is going on? Mr. Lowe, you're gonna have to go back to bed now. I gotta find this demon.
Find this ghost. God damn it. Get out of my
Keep
way.
keep still about slippers.
Can't find my slippers. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Took my teeth.
What
God damn
happened?
it.
What happened
Where are
back in my head?
teeth? I'm looking for my teeth. That fucking ghost got my teeth. Stop. Bed.
shouldn't say that. The 70s for us isn't that far off.
That's not that far off, dude. They get any current residents? I don't know.
At least
Yeah.
have some sort of experience. And that's the thing is they don't let you go talk to the residents, right? About what's going
No.
on there.
No, you cannot talk to any of the residents.
Yeah, I mean it's very and it seems like they have like completely shut down anything paranormal
Don't
with
come
that
in.
place. Like,
Yeah,
nope,
exactly. Don't come in.
don't come in. We're not talking
come in.
about it. We're
Yep.
not gonna let you talk to the residents about it. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause I'd have to think that the residents there have to at least see or hear something, right? Not necessarily maybe not being attacked, unless maybe they are. Maybe there are some very
Mhm.
unexplainable deaths that have happened there that they can't explain. Like this
Yep.
guy was just walking around getting some lunch and boom, he's done. It's like,
Yep.
oh, maybe his ticker was bad. No, his ticker was fine. His ticker was fine. He had dementia, but his ticker was fine.
Taker was fine. Um, so getting to some of the paranormal stuff. So of course, the GA team went to this location twice. And
Yes.
the first time, one of the investigators, Nick, saw an apparition, and it was like face to face with him.
Yeah, like
And it,
right when he opened up
like,
the double
like
doors
right
there.
here, and it was reaching for him, and he was like, "Whoa!"
It scared the
So
shit out of
it did. It scared the shit out of him. He took off running. But the second time they went there, it was it was the last paranormal team to visit that location.
Yeah.
It was
They
right
were
before they were
last.
shutting it all down to make that main building into the apartments. So they had one last investigation. During that investigation, they talked to a nurse from from the nursing home
Yep.
in the other building, and she was like, I saw that woman too. I've been in this building. I saw that woman.
Yeah, there
Same
were
thing. Described her to a T, exactly how Nick described her. Um, uh, my favorite thing was a direct voice response that Aaron got. He was in the hallway, and he was like, "Hey, here I am all by myself. Come and get me." And a voice said, "Ready or not, here I come."
yeah.
And he was like, "Oh,"
Poor Aaron.
but poor Aaron, he got the shit into the stick a few times. But so of course, just go by some of the stuff that's been reported. People are reported of being touched or pushed.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Hospital doors will open and close.
Yep.
You hear footsteps, phantom sounds of moaning and groaning, and seen apparitions in the emergency rooms,
Yeah.
just walking around.
Now this is the place where they saw the shadow figure crawling across the ceiling.
Yeah, this is one of the first creeper reports
Yeah.
that I've seen, and because there's one at Penhurst, there's one I
Okay.
believe at Eastern State, but there's a few of these locations like this that have this creeper entity, which crawls on the ceiling and the walls and stuff. Definitely non-human,
Yes.
and super nasty.
Yeah.
But there are in for Linda Vista, there are three um, what they term as intelligent specters looming the halls of the hospital.
I,
There's the
it's,
spirit. There's a spirit of a
I
little girl.
okay, yeah. Her
Uh,
her definitely. I think she's intelligent. I
I
think
think
there's
she's
parts of
intelligent.
her that might be residual,
Yeah,
but I think there's a lot of intelligence there as well.
yeah,
With the way that she pleads to leave, like she almost pleads to find
yeah,
some a way to get out. Like
yeah.
she's
She's
been
looking to
stuck
get
there
out.
since she died,
Yeah,
and they believe that she died on the operating table.
she did. She died on the operating table.
And and she's been stuck there ever since, and she pleads to leave the place, but nobody seems to be able to help her.
Yeah,
Uh, I'd man, see, I wish Sean would have went there.
Yeah. So, and of course, she's usually seen in the surgical room.
Yes.
There's another
Why?
spirit of orderly who worked at the hospital but died unexpectedly, and he still makes rounds in the hospital, going
So
around checking the rooms.
so Reed asked, maybe I missed it, but was there a reason they shut the hospital down? Too many deaths. Um, yes
Money.
and no. So they didn't care how many people died,
No,
really. To tell you the truth, they didn't care.
no.
But they
It,
did not have the funding anymore. There was so little funding going to this hospital, and they were literally so broke they were turning ambulances away to go to other hospitals. So
yeah, they closed their ER department in 1989,
yeah, completely. And
and
then
then
shortly after that, 2
yeah,
years after that, they were completely shut down.
they were completely shut down. But
They
yeah,
just
the LA Times released a report on them, accusations of brutality and things like that, and I think that was the catalyst that shut them down.
yeah. Even
They were
though no family member has ever come and put a lawsuit against the Linda Vista Hotel or even made claims of mistreatment or anything like that. But they were not a good hospital.
no,
They were a GSW hospital, and most of the time those didn't survive. Um, to the point where we'll probably get into that here in a second. But going back to the orderly,
yeah,
he's been seen everywhere,
yeah,
like doing his daily rounds,
yeah,
which leads me to more residual with him. I know a lot of people like to constitute him as a intelligent haunt, but I didn't see any type of like him interacting with anybody
yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't see much interaction with him, and I'm like, well, just because he's all over the hospital, that doesn't
Yes,
necessarily
I mean
mean
he's
that
intelligent.
it's an intelligent. Intelligent would mean he'd have to interact with you, like he
Yeah.
sees you and he disappears, or
Yeah.
something like that. But he just walks around doing his rounds, and people actually see him just walking around.
Around doing his rounds. Yeah, it's kinda crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
imagine being an elderly person that's assisted living, and you're like,
mhm,
"Hey, where's that nice orderly? He doesn't talk at all, but he always makes sure to clean up after me, and he does a
yeah,
really good job. I just wanna make sure, it's Christmas time. I wanna give him, like, a Christmas gift," and they're
mhm.
like, who?" That guy doesn't work here. And he died, like, on the spot for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like, he was just doing his rounds one day and bam, croaked.
Wow. Yeah. And
So,
they don't know. They just were like, okay, it must have been a heart attack or something. They were just but yeah, they don't know for sure why he died. And he just died like there. It wasn't
yeah,
like he was
and
in pain. He just went poop and he was out. It was done.
yeah, and then he just never stopped working. He's like, "Well, fuck it. I'm gonna keep cleaning up after this place."
Yep, I'm just gonna keep going. And then the third one that they report all the time is the woman that's on the third floor. And she walks down the corridors in a hospital gown, singing to herself
Yeah.
and lugging an IV pole. So you can see her dragging the IV pole behind her, and she's just singing away, walking down the hallways.
I'm not sure about this one. This one I wasn't sure about. I I I think I wanna put her more as a residual haunt as well,
I like the audio to it.
but yeah, I mean, there's good audio with her, but
Yeah, but yeah, I kinda went half and half with this one,
I did the
because I
same
was like,
thing.
"Okay, could be intelligent, but that she's just kind of in her own little world,"
Yeah.
whereas the orderly really seems residual.
The
Uh,
orderly, completely residual.
yeah,
Curious if there was
interviews.
any
Yeah,
interviews out there with any of the doctors or nurses that used to work there back in the day, if they have any stories. Well, that's kinda what Dave was talking
that's
about.
kinda where I'm going. All this stuff is like stories and interviews and things that they've talked about, like um, guests that are currently one of the things I found out is that, the current guests in the apartment complex A lot of them experience their television coming on in the middle of the night.
That I'd probably put that with the little girl, but there's so much going on there. I mean, if you think about the boiler room, what was happening there.
Mhm.
I mean, they literally hundreds, maybe thousands of bodies. Like, they just didn't care anymore.
Mhm.
All like they used to. Okay, so when someone died, they would wheel them down to the boiler house where the incinerator was, whether it be a Jane Doe, John Doe, or Steve Smith, wherever you want to call them. Uh, and they would take them down the incinerator and they would cremate them and put them in a box and mark it. But
Yep.
after so many times of doing it, they just quit caring.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even scrape the ashes out of the incinerator.
Yeah.
And just all that's just mixed together now.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that for another place, and I can't remember what place it was, but it was just like that. Unless I'm having deja vu right now. Which is possible too. But we've talked about that before, about how that would feel, and I'll say the disrespect of the remains of the body
Mhm.
to be all mingled into one giant ash pile. It's just crazy. It's just crazy for me that would happen.
Yeah.
That someone would even allow that to happen. And they say this is possibly the whole reason behind the whole haunt of this place is the hundreds to maybe even thousands of bodies that are mixed together in this ash pile. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure that ash pile no longer exists. They've gotten rid of it, but literally people
Yeah.
just swept it out and fucking threw it away.
Yeah, but I know when GA was there the first time,
Yeah.
he Zach actually opened the drawer and pulled out the ash and had a tooth in his hand.
here?
That's right. They still had ash in there when they went there the first time.
Yeah.
Are you able to do a
Yep.
tour here, assuming you go under the guise that you're looking for a place for your parents or something? That would probably be the only way you could do
like,
it.
yeah, I'm trying to find a place for my dad, and hold on, I just need to check this EMF.
Because,
I'm bringing
we
the
can't
dowsing
have
rods.
EMF. I mean, electromagnetic fields, they affect the body, so we can't have bad
We can't
EMF.
have that. We got to make sure that everything's okay.
And that's the crazy with the boiler room is you get huge high EMF spikes there, and there's no electrical there.
There's nothing. There's nothing down there.
And some of the EMF spikes will actually have a pattern, like they pattern themselves. That's
Mhm.
weird. It's like I go to 2, I go to 4, I go to 0, I go to 6, I go to 2, I go to 4, I go to 0, I go to 6. Like they're singing
Yeah.
a song.
Yeah. I'm getting down my list of things, but I know there was one thing where down by the crematorium,
Yeah.
somebody saw a pile of bodies when they were investigating the hospital.
Wow. Wow, like a flashback.
Like a flashback manifestation of just a pile of bodies laying there by the crematorium getting ready to be fired up.
Yeah, they say the boiler room. What's the word I'm trying to say here? Entering can really cause insanity.
Well, yeah, one of the things was that
Dissolution and depression overtake people that go
yeah,
in there
yeah,
immediately.
yeah. It says that your heart will start racing, and it makes your skin crawl being down there.
This is the first place I've ever heard somebody
Same.
describe as dissolution. I mean, we've had some, like the last couple of weeks, we've had some like one-offs where they describe a certain way,
Yeah,
like the loss of freedom. That's always going to be one of my all-time wow to
yeah,
experience. If you have this feeling of loss of freedom, it's like that's crazy.
yeah.
Uh, but dissolution, depression, overtaking people that go down there like immediately as they go in, to
Mhm.
where people physically reel from the sensation and stagger up against the wall and lose their focus in mind
I'm right here.
and can't concentrate. I mean, it's just a huge overtaking in this place.
Yeah. Now it is said with this location that if it's raining after midnight, that is the most paranormal active live hour of that at the hospital, is if it's after midnight on a rainy night.
That's weird, right?
They
I
get
wonder what causes
crazy
that.
activity.
I wonder why the activity ramps up on a rainy night.
I don't know. I was like, wow. And it says, yeah. So hauntings and ghost sightings increase, particularly on a rainy night shift after midnight. Now, also another thing that was reported by the current guests of the place that I found out from from an interview with a security guard is that they will occasionally hear the beep of an EKG machine
Oh,
in the room.
and assisted living, you don't have those hooked up to your
No,
people there.
only in the medical facility
Maybe in the
downstairs.
hospice section or something, but
Yeah, but no, these are just one of their regular apartments.
wow.
They'll hear this beep like it's a EKG machine.
Wow. They say the energy there that drains you so much.
Yeah,
That's like the popping of a balloon. It just everything deflates. Like
yeah,
it really
It's
just
cold.
takes it out of
it
you.
is cold.
Yeah, talk about cold spots. I mean, we haven't even gotten to those areas.
I've gotten to that. I'm still, people also feel confused and bewildered.
Oh, I love that. Bewildered. I like that.
Yeah. Like they're like, what the hell? Where am I?
Yeah, like just I gotta say, I think these feelings have a lot to do with the mound of ash that was left in
Yeah,
in,
just
in
the mistreatment of the dead. Just the way that they did it. They just like
yeah,
stacked them up literally and burned them and left the ash in the thing. And then once it was full, he just dumped it out.
that's crazy.
Um,
I'm just the boiler room is creepy. I mean there's another room that we haven't talked about yet. But the boiler room might be one of the most scariest places in this hospital.
yeah,
With the
I agree
amount of
with that.
energy that's going on, that's been left there. Yeah, I think people might be right. This might all the paranormal activity might stem from this specific location inside this hospital is the crematorium, and that's just baffling to me. I mean, there's other. I mean, as we get to the other parts of the hotel hospital here or assisted living place, whatever you want to call it now. Uh, I don't know if they coincide with each other. If one is if one is because of the other, but and I've had a theory about
It's
that
what I want.
before, but I don't know. I think I want to wait. I want to wait to talk about that area. I think I want to wait till I want to save that till the end.
Okay. So many EVPs have been reported. Some of the highlights were, of course, human voices talking to each other, hearing audio static like from a PA system.
Oh yeah.
They'll hear that in the EVP. And uh, whispering and a little girl laughing and singing.
Yeah, and that little girl, I don't know if they named her. Did they name her? I don't remember if they did or not. But that little girl is very interesting because I
Mhm.
mean her main area, of course, is the surgical room.
Yes.
But they have seen her sitting in a chair, staring out the window. Um, the chair moving itself, which I believe could be the little girl. But they also talk about how, especially like in the surgical room, which is where she's seen a lot of times, that you'll get what's called, I guess the best way to describe it would be probably a flicker of something, as if it's literally trying to not be seen.
Uh-huh.
But you keep catching it and keep catching it and keep catching it, but it seems like it's just
How
moving
did you get
completely
here?
around you. Like she doesn't want to necessarily be seen. And I don't know if that's her though, because she's known to show herself to people.
Yeah, usually she does. She usually manifests and says, "Hey, here I am."
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
So yeah, I've got one interesting story. So there was a psychic medium that went to this place.
Okay.
And she was able to go into the hospital, and then she said that there are many lost and fragmented spirits here. And
Fragmented.
when asked why they chose to stay at the hospital, she replied, "Most were gangbangers and patients seeking retribution for negligent care, and they had nowhere else to go." But what caught me was she said fragmented entities.
Fragmented.
Yeah. Like
Like
not
not
like
whole.
pieces. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
not
pieces
whole.
of them. Yeah. And I thought that was really interesting.
That would explain, to tell you the truth, that would explain a lot of the shadow figures that are being seen here, though, right?
Yeah.
Because like they're
Yeah.
not themselves anymore. They've
Yeah,
turned into
they're no
something
longer human.
else.
Yeah. They've turned. And even if they're not complete, then they don't know that they were human at
Yeah.
some point. They're just like, you know, nothing but anger and yeah, revenge in their heart. Just like so here's the security guard report that they interviewed this after the apartments were already done, and they tried to get in. The security guard's like, "No, but I'll talk to you." He goes, "It was my first day, and one of my coworkers told me a story of how they saw several dead bodies laying in piles in the basement during the late night rounds. Another said he saw a doctor looking down at him from one of the windows, and guests have reported the lingering stench of burning flesh in the halls."
Somebody's
I hear
barbecuing.
you.
Hey, I'm glad you hear me.
Has
So,
ever piqued your
so,
curiosity about burning flesh?
yes, and on several occasions, visitors will report a paralyzing fear after seeing an apparition.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you see that, and
You see
it's
this, by the way, these things like they just come out, like they're just there. They don't look like, and check this picture out. Um, check that out.
what the fuck? That thing is huge. That's floor to ceiling.
That's floor to the ceiling. That dude's 8 feet tall.
At least.
I
Man,
s-
I would
and
say
I
probably 9-foot ceilings with an 8-foot door.
Yeah, could be.
Usually,
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking 7 foot door, 8 foot ceiling, but yeah, it could be
It's
either one.
right.
Still, this thing, it looks like it's got a blazer on, his tie is crooked. It looks like a dude in a suit.
Yeah, that is crazy. Look, let me maximize this. That is, I don't even know how to explain that. That's definitely a guy in a suit.
Mhm. Could be floating, but
I don't know. His feet look like they touched the floor to
look like
me. I
you feel
mean,
like you're touching the ground, like the floor. I don't
one,
know.
that's a big mofo. There's a reason why he got shot.
He probably got shot a bunch of times. Holy
Done scared the gangbangers. Damn, dude, that dude's big.
yeah, that's one of the best apparition shots I've seen. Like you can tell details.
That's a good one. I mean, that's
It's a good picture. I like it.
Where?
Linda Vista
Linda Vista.
or hospital. I don't know what you want to call it anymore. I
It's
mean, they had
Hollenbeck Terrace
psychiatric
now.
wing. I mean, gangbanger ghosts. I honestly, to tell you the truth, Reed, I think there's quite a few gangbanger ghosts out there.
Mhm.
These are all pictures before the renovation, before it
Yeah.
became strictly a.
No, but I don't know why, but on the left side of this picture, I see a figure standing there.
Let me pull this all the way up here. I'm still freaked out about that fucking picture of fucking you guys. I don't know why I saw that person in that picture still.
Oh, when we went to Winchester,
Yeah.
that was cool, bro. That was really freaky. But then yeah, I did show a picture of the actual crematorium, and it's long since out, but it looks like there's embers still burning.
Yeah. I mean, what is that red in the middle? I mean, why is that there? It
Why
literally
is
looks like there's something burning there.
yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know why it looks hot there. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, why does that look hot? And it's not even it's not even a thermal camera. It was just a regular camera. It looked like there's an ember, like there's some coals in there.
That was a weird noise. Huh. I mean, this place. The morgue. This place is. I hate the fact that we can't go there.
Yeah.
This place is creepy. So there was before the renovation. I'm interested to see if they still have the same room numbers, but there was a
Oh,
room
I remember.
323, which they consider the most dangerous room. Not necessarily the most haunted, but the most dangerous room. Now,
mhm,
this is where I believe, and I don't know why it was stuck in this room. Who knows what people did before, they shut this place down to trap something there.
mhm.
But I believe what's in
Hello.
room 323 to be demonic. Very much so. It is growled at people. It does not like anyone going in the room. I don't know if it used to be a patient there. I don't know, and this is what I was talking about before. I don't know if it showed up there
Watching.
to feed off the energies that were in the hospital
Punished.
and then got stuck
Mhm.
in that room. I'm not sure, but most of the energy in this hospital is actually centered in this room, which is scary considering what's going on in the boiler room.
Mhm.
But the energy, the negativity that's manifesting in this room outdoes all the energy. Like it's almost sucking everything in.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's feeding, but it's stuck.
Bless.
Yeah.
There's a manifest. This is crazy. This is one way someone described it. They said it's a manifestation of fear and anger.
Hmm.
And I was like, that is crazy. Because that to me tells me
And to finish that, yeah, it's from a number of different people. So it's like there's different spirits that have made up
Watching.
this entity.
yeah, like it went from PK to full on demonic. And when I say full on demonic, I mean it is literally it
Mhm.
doesn't just push you or shove you. Like when you go to leave the room, it literally pushes you out the door, like get the fuck out of here, like helps you on your way. But it is literally clawed someone's back and left gouges bleeding on their back.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's not human. Human don't no. Human
Yeah.
will stab you, shoot you, push you, hit you.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch on 323. I'm glad you saved it for last. Because, you know, uh, several ghost hunters reported being twisted and turned by an invisible force in that room.
Yeah, like literally
Like,
physically, like
and being
let me show
physically
you to the
assaulted.
door.
Yeah.
And this is the room that worries me about the renovation.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it was always stuck there. Always stuck there.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't roam the halls. If you wanted to deal with this manifestation or whatever the fuck it is, you had to go to this room.
Hmm.
And now I'm
Amy.
worried that you don't it's everywhere now. And that's a scary thought for me that it's everywhere now. I don't know. This thing I think this is what Nick saw. A manifestation of this kind. Either that or he
I,
saw the woman from the 3rd
he said,
floor that was
yeah, he
fucking with
said
him.
it was a woman.
Either that or it was the woman from the 3rd floor fucking with him.
Yeah.
But we all know how the demonic like to not show their true form.
Yeah.
And based off the stories from the woman from the 3rd floor, she's very much benign. She's
Hmm.
keeps to herself and loves singing and walking the halls.
Yep.
This thing physically assaults people.
Oh,
Just like that. People go, "Oh."
yeah. Um, so there's this one story of, paranormal investigation crew that went there, and one of the people decided he was going to do a solo in room 323.
That's dangerous.
30 minutes later, they hear him screaming over the walkie-talkie, just screaming. They all rush to the room to get to him, and when they get there, he's naked in the
What?
fetal position on the floor, and his clothes are gone. They have no idea where his clothes were.
Wow. Hey, Caveman from Instagram says, "Hey, from Instagram."
Hey, caveman from Instagram.
Oh, they fixed it. It's not writing backwards anymore.
Tell me about it.
Well, that's good. that was fun.
That was weird. Naked and in the fetal position.
Mhm.
Did he say, "Oh, Miss Caveman stuff? What's going on?"
That's a miss, caveman.
Did they say what? Oh, Movie Hunter joined on the Instagram live. What's going on, Movie Hunter? Uh,
Yeah,
they
no, he
say, did he say what happened?
no, he couldn't describe it. He was like hysterical.
Wow.
And then after that, he had no memory of the incident.
Imagine being that guy. Because that's something stupid that me or you would do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. We've talked
mean,
about doing it.
yeah.
We're on tape recorded.
Yeah.
We're
Talking
gonna
about
do that.
doing that specific thing.
Yep.
I want to go
Yeah,
in 2023 by myself.
Yeah.
Well,
I
so
wanna
I.
I wanna
like,
go
we
I
have
wanna
two
go to the
parents.
3rd floor of the Mayflower building.
Yeah.
Did.
I'm just waiting to hear over my dead
Oh,
body.
my dead body.
I mean, we're not that bright.
We're not that smart. It's fine.
The alcohol will save us. We're okay. I'm interested. Are you getting Christmas cookies?
I'm getting cookies.
This is some bullshit.
I'm getting cookies.
Man, imagine being that guy though.
Yeah, dude, that's
this is-
fucking crazy. Look,
this
well,
is
and the fact that his clothes were gone and they couldn't find his clothes.
They
So
weren't
what the
out in
hell?
the hall.
No, they were in the hall. They weren't torn to pieces. They couldn't find his clothes anywhere. None of them.
They're just gone.
Yeah, he was just naked in Tahiti.
Wow. This is what worries me about the renovation they did to transform this into a complete assisted living house.
So they took the 150 rooms of the hospital and they made 97 apartments out of it.
Yeah. I mean, they tore down walls, bro.
Yeah.
And this is what worries me about that entity. I would love to talk to the people that stay there. To talk to the people that are close to that room. Because if you remember from Paranormal, and I'll just go off of, because you've brought them up a couple times, GA. If you remember, when you go through those double doors, it's like the third door on the left. It's like right there at the beginning. Aaron didn't make it past that room by himself.
No.
Nick didn't make it past opening the doors when he saw that apparition. I like Nick. Don't say that. That room is right there at the beginning of all the rooms. So it worries me about them tearing all that down, and this thing is now just open and free. Because I don't know what was keeping it in that room, but I don't think whatever was there doing that, keeping it there, is there anymore. And there is that possibility since the renovation that it got completely released and it's no longer in the hospital.
Yeah, maybe that's we could always hope that maybe, oh, good, I'm free, I can just go.
Yeah, that's
Or
what you hope, but it's a feeding ground. You got
or the entity's like, hey, there's a bunch of old people
die.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a bunch of old people here on a fixed income, and there's still a medical facility. So
Yeah,
it might not be the smorgasbord that it was in the 70s, but hey, I could still eat.
And that's the thing. Was it there before? When did it get there? That's the thing. Do you think it was a patient? Do you think it was a manifestation, a PK manifestation that turned into something demonic? Or do you think something demonic showed up there due to all the death and found a feeding ground that it didn't have to leave, but somehow got trapped?
I'm liking the first one, but what if it, because it's an amalgamation of multiple human spirits. And let's just say we have a whole bunch of these fragmented spirits.
Yeah.
Here. And they decided to come together as one entity. and then that entity was just full of anger and pain, and it just went dark.
Very dark.
Yeah,
But now it feeds.
but now it feeds.
It feeds on other people's pain and anger and
Mhm.
suffering,
Yeah.
and is not happy. Man,
Mhm.
that thing is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That thing's
That's
crazy.
that's a disturbing entity,
Yeah.
and that
Boiler
makes me
room boiler
I'm
room worries me. Room 323 scares me.
yeah. But I think aside from those 2 locations, the entities in this hospital are pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
They're
most I would think, there I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of shadow figures in this place. There's some goings on here and
yeah.
some mischief happening, right?
You get your
Um,
hair pulled and
yeah.
things like
But
that.
not a lot of things out there wanting to hurt you, it
Yeah.
seems like. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a good amount of intelligent going on here. There's a good amount of residual going on here. Some poltergeist. This is a great location for multiple different types of haunts in one
Yeah.
spot, which I
Yeah.
really liked. So, with that said,
Stroke.
I'm gonna have
Stroke.
a stroke.
We're gonna have to stroke.
Uh, dude, are we ready to score this place
Yep. Or stroke it. One of the
or
2.
stroke it? We're gonna
Or
stroke it.
stroke it. Let's go ahead and score it. So the first thing we talk about is the residual. What did we have for residual here, bro?
Residual, I went 8 is where I landed on the residual. I think I can be higher. I think there is a lot of residual going on in this place with what's
Mhm.
happening in the boiler room and what's going on the third floor and everything. I think there's, and of course the orderly walking around. There's a lot of residual happening in this place,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if it constituted a 10.
Mm.
I did the research.
Yeah. I did constitute it a 10,
Dave
and
did Dave did go to a 10.
I did go 10 for the residual, and I think primarily because I went 50-50 with the woman on the 3rd floor, totally residual with the orderly, the piles of bodies and the, other entities that
Oh,
you kinda
yeah, I
see
didn't see that with the piles
in
of
that.
bodies.
Yeah. So yeah, I ended up going at a 10.
Yeah, like I said, I could definitely go higher. I don't have a problem going higher. But just based off of what I found on my research, I ended up at an 8. I do like the piles of bodies. I like everything that's going on in the boiler room. I think there is a lot of residual. I think boiler room might be the stem of a lot of the paranormal that's happening here,
Mhm.
whether it be residual intelligent, poltergeist, non-human. I think that's kind of like the area that everything stems from.
Mhm.
But no, I can this could easily be a 10. Easily be a 10. And with me saying that, I will match your 10 here. I'll match the 10.
Okay.
How did you feel? So our next category here for the types of haunts is intelligent. How did you feel on the intelligent?
On the intelligent, um, and this is where I was like, "Okay, the intelligent is really good,
Yeah, I
but
do like
is it a 10?" But
I
is it a 10? I was like, I don't think I can give it a 10."
I wasn't a 10 here. I wasn't a
Yeah.
10 here either. I
So
agree with
I
you on
went
that.
I went 8
Oh,
with the
again, you
intelligent.
overscored me. This is odd. Dave is overscored me. I went 7 here.
Okay.
Reason being, with what's going on, I think most of what's happening here is residual, which is why I didn't have a problem going 10. Um, you got the demonic or evil entity or whatever you want to call it in
Mhm.
323. You got the little girl, which I believe is intelligent. I again 50-50 with the woman
With
on
the
the
woman, I gave
floor.
1 point for that.
Even though I categorize them in non-human, non-human is also intelligent because they're
Yes.
intelligent. Non-human is intelligent. So I gave points to the shadow figures that are seen around.
Yep.
Um, I went 7. I was only at a 7 here.
Yeah, I
Um,
think there's something particularly nasty in the boiler room that's intelligent.
you
So,
know what? I didn't think about that with the draining of
yeah,
people,
training with
and
people and the push, you get pushed down there,
you do get pushed down there.
and all the fear and anguish, and I mean, a lot of that could be. I got to mark something. I just saw something on your end. Um,
I don't I okay.
so I'm
I'm picking up what you're putting down here. That the energy draining is really crazy.
yeah,
You know what I didn't think about is like the pattern with the EMF thing that's happening there. That's intelligent, right? Because an EMF is either high or low or nothing, right?
yeah,
It's you get a spike or you don't. But to have a pattern is kind of crazy. That gives you an intelligent response, especially in a place where there's no electrical. So I'm picking up what you're putting down here. I'll match your 8. I almost want to actually surpass your 8 and go 9. With the people being touched down there, I didn't think about the energy draining as being an intelligent haunt, but I can see it. It's pulling that energy from you to where it
mhm.
can manifest or doing what it wants. I really do. I think I want to go 9 on the intelligent.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking of the EMF patterns, and I think that could be intelligent as well. So yeah, I'd be willing to match your 9.
All right, let's go 9 here, Dave.
Okay. Okay. What did you
Poltergeist
say
is
about poltergeist?
this is a weird one, right? There
Oh,
is,
yeah.
but there is not a lot of poltergeist activity here.
Right. So yeah, we've got TVs turning on.
Yeah, TV's turning on and off. Yeah, of course, you got the people touch. Dave loves putting that part of the
I love being
poltergeist.
touched. I mean, I love talking about being touched. Um, so yeah, there's the touched and the hair pull, and so I got to give a point to that. Um,
I went strictly
doors opening and closing because that was visual. You
yeah,
actually saw that in a video.
Where
yeah,
are you?
yeah. I've seen the video. I've seen the door actually
Yeah,
close, and then got them freaking out because it closed, and then it opened back up, which was actually pretty cool. I
yeah,
thought that was a really good video there,
yeah,
which is pretty much where I gave all its points to. I was like, that is a great video. To close and then open up. A lot of times you see them open up and then close, which I think can be more faked
yeah.
than closing and then opening back up. I think that's
Yeah.
harder to do.
That's
So I
harder to
gave a
do,
lot of
especially
points
if
there.
you could hear it latch
Yes.
when it
And
closed.
now you have to turn it, and
Now you
there's
have
no
to turn
way
the
to
knob
know.
and open it. Yeah.
Uh,
So I went 6 here.
I went full on dead metal 5 on the
Okay.
poltergeist activity. Um, And I think I'm stuck right there. I think 5 was about as high as I wanted to go on the poltergeist activity. I couldn't see going any higher than that, with
Yeah.
what's going on. Like, the water's not turning on and off. Yeah, you got the TVs kinda going, the doors closing, people being touched. If you gave 2 points to those 3 things, yes, that would
Yeah.
be a 6. But the
And that's what I
lack
did.
of the but see, I couldn't give a full 2 points to things. So, that's where I ended up with it being a 5. I went 2, 2, and then 1.
What?
I it was one instance of a door opening and closing that people caught. And so I was like, as cool as it is,
Yeah. It was one instance on camera, but I did have multiple reports in my research of the doors opening and closing.
okay,
That's why I ended up going 2.
okay. And I mean, I love it. I mean, that makes me go, wow, that's great poltergeist activity. And then you got the little bit of everything else. Does it warrant the extra point?
I'm scared.
Well, they're scared.
Because I mean, that door opening closing is phenomenal. I thought that was great.
I mean, and even still, that deserves 3 points by itself because that was like caught on camera, really hard to debunk.
Yeah. And then I only give like the one. I don't score people being touched as poltergeist activity like
No,
you do. So that's my 1 point.
yeah,
Um,
I get it. So we could go 5.5.
But if I give that door a 3, that would take me to a 6.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go 6. I'll go 6 here. Okay, so non-human is the next category. How did you feel about the non-human?
Mr. 323 is nasty, and that was a big one. And then there's these minor shadow figures going across. I think I underscored it.
I think I might have as well. I went 5 is where I went. I literally gave 4 points to the big nasty and 1
Watching.
point to everything else.
I gave it a 4 for the same thing. I gave 3 points to the nasty and 1 point for everything else.
I did the 4 and 1. You went the 3 and 1.
I went 3 and 1.
He's just a big nasty motherfucker.
I think
bro.
he's nasty, and I think he's multiple non-human entities smashed into one.
And I didn't think about that with the fragmentation or maybe even the PK energy manifestation into something evil and demonic. I didn't go into, I mean, there is a multitude of shadow figures here, which, but I didn't give any credit to the creeper.
No.
I didn't give any credit to the creeper, which is, to tell you the truth, this is the first time I ever seen a creeper.
Yeah.
Was Linda Vista Hospital.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I didn't count the creeper either. I didn't give him any credit because, even though I know he was seen, but nobody's done anything. There's no documentation on it. I didn't see any pictures. I couldn't find any video.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It was weird. And I was just like, wow, I could have sworn it had a creeper, but yeah. So,
bro, I
yeah.
watched the episodes to make sure.
Yeah.
So you are at a 4. I was at a 5. I think it should be a 6.
I think it should be a 6 too. Let's meet up at a 6 and
I like it. Dave's
all right.
talking me up tonight. All right, so history. Now it's started off as a railroad hospital, became a real hospital, became a
well, became a set. Well, it became a set for Hollywood videos and movies.
Yeah, they had studio video, used for movies, television shows like the pilot for ER was shot here. Music videos like you're talking about from bands like Hollywood Undead and Duran Duran. A lot of things happening here, right? But in a very short time, I think.
Yeah.
I landed at a 7. Where did you land out of the history here?
I landed at an 8 on the history
because I think I underscored it.
I landed at an 8 on the history because it does go back to 1905. They had the depression and stuff that they had to deal with, and then the crime rate came up. They filmed all those different movies. One of the things that I noted was that they, when investigators went to investigate the place, they couldn't tell what was real equipment from what was a movie prop.
Which is amazing.
Because the movie prop stuff was just left there too.
Yeah.
And then not only is there, but the place was also, it had a full-on farm in the beginning where they
have
had
a psychiatric hospital ward to it.
Yeah, they had a mental hospital, they had the nurses' dormitory, then they had the main building. They, it was over 4 acres in LA, in East LA that they had. And they want us to come inside. We would be there if you give us a chance. So you get this huge property with all kinds of stuff. And then they dealt with all these, all these news reports and stuff, and then they closed down, and now it's apartments. And I had to give an extra point to the apartments now because I'm like, because now they're blocking everything off, so you can't go in, you can't investigate, you can't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Are they hiding something, or are they just being nice to their guests and not letting them be bombarded by paranormal investigators wanting to come by?
Ceiling.
So yeah, that's why I went at 8 is the whole apartments and why everything's so hush hush now.
Yeah. I mean, is it a 10? No, it's definitely not
No.
a 10.
Not a 10.
Can it be a 9?
Maybe. I don't
If
think it's worthy of a 9.
if it's a maybe, it's not, right?
Yeah. If it
So
yeah, if
we've
it's a maybe,
always
it's
said
not.
that. If it's
When
maybe a
you
9, it's not
say
a 9.
9, I go, and yeah, no, then that it's not. So yeah, it's
Then it's an 8, and I'll meet you at the 8.
okay.
Wow. That's the first 5.
Yep.
Manifestations probably underscored this, but how did you feel on the manifestation?
Well, I went 10
You went
because
10.
I went 10 on this because number one of this,
That's an amazing
that was
capture.
just an amazing capture. And then
Okay.
they actually physically see the woman walking down the hall singing, dragging her IV thing. They
Yeah.
physically see the girl
Yeah.
and the girls interacting with them. And they think if you're looking at it in a certain way, these look like they're solid. They actually talk to the orderly, try to get the
Oh,
orderly's
yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Bless.
The orderly's absolutely solid. I think the apparitions here are so solid that they deserve a 10. There's not a whole lot of just like
Plus the
there was
multitude of shadow figures.
yeah, there was the Ghost Adventures thing, they saw a mist.
Yeah.
They had a light anomaly,
Yeah.
and they reported a shadow figure, but the
Yeah.
shadow figures, that's a manifestation. The guy in 323, that's a manifestation.
Yeah.
He definitely shows himself. So yeah, so I ended up going 10 with manifestations because I think there's a lot of really good quality apparitions showing up here.
I have to agree. I originally started off as an 8 here. But after the discussion, what you bring up, yeah, I think this is quite deserving of a 10. Are there better 10s out there? Yes,
Yeah,
but those aren't true 10s. Those are like
but those aren't 10s, those are like
15s.
15s.
Yeah. So I really did like that. I think 10 is the right number here. I think this is a true 10. Audio, I think I might be lower here for audio than you are, but how did you land on the audio?
Probably because I landed at another 10 for audio here.
You went 10 on the
I
audio,
went
really?
10. I went 10 for the audio, the footsteps, the IV machine beeping that the people
Yeah,
hear,
I didn't have that. I didn't have the
the new
EKG
test,
machine beeping.
the EKG machine beeping, the singing, because they'll hear laughing and singing from the girl, they hear the singing from the woman,
Yep.
they hear giggling and whispering in the halls, they'll hear the PA audio static in their EVP recorders, so there's some EVP evidence. There was the one EVP that says "Ready or not, here I come,"
Oh yeah,
and that was direct. That was
oh,
not through a voice recorder. That was
yeah,
in his camera.
yeah. That was broke the physical plane on that one.
Yeah,
That's good. I do like that. I mean,
yeah, and it was right after he's like, "Here I am, all alone. Come get me!" And
I
ready
know.
or not, here I come.
I know I've asked you this a bunch of times. I'm gonna ask you again. What do you consider better, an EVP or hearing it with your own ears and
Oh,
capturing
hearing it,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Here,
Because it breaks the physical plane, right? So
yeah,
I think that
direct,
has more juice to it, right?
yeah, direct phenomenon is way better than EVP.
cries in the night, unexplained humming,
Yeah. Moaning and groaning,
moaning and groaning. I understand.
screams. You'll
It's a
hear screams down the
true.
hall.
Yeah, screams. Not to count the guys screaming on the radio and being found
Yeah.
naked. Yeah, 10. You're probably right. It's a 10. It's a 10.
I really the audio 10 was easy for me.
Yeah.
I was at an audio 10 before I hit manifestations at a 10. I think manifestations is barely a 10. I think audio is more like a 14 with this
I can
place.
see that. I can see
I think
that.
there's more audio evidence that you'll grab here than you would visual.
For me, I think the easiest score of the night, what for me was feels.
Yeah.
Last.
I went. It was like feels 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Not just counting. I mean, if I count what happens to people physically, yeah, I would probably put this at a 10.
Mhm.
To be pushed, to be shoved, to have your hair pulled, your clothes pulled, to have something claw your back to leave not scratches, gouges and bleeding. It for me that's a 10. It's not up there with the guy being thrown across the room and then choked almost to death, but
Yeah.
it's up there. But then I count in the dissolution, the depression, the fear, the anger, all the emotional aspects. Feels was an easy 10. Easy 10. I think you agree with me here as you're eating the cookie that I don't get.
Axe.
Axe
Yeah.
what?
No. Axe body spray.
Axe the next question. Oh,
Axe the next question. But yeah, no, this was an easy 10.
easy 10. Easy 10.
We could have done it would have been a 10 just on the emotional impact.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. The
Because of
emotional
all the
factor
different
of itself
emotions,
can be a
it's not
10.
it wasn't just fear and dread, it was the
No.
the desolation and the heart racing and
Yeah.
your skin crawling and all this kind of
Driving
stuff.
people
Driving
insane.
people
I mean,
insane. And not to mention the dude had his clothes gone, like
physical
disappeared.
training. I mean,
I'm wondering if that could have been a poltergeist thing, but we'll leave that one alone because I didn't even think about that.
I might have to throw that into objects though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw it out in the objects. So in that case, I underscored objects. So where are you at on objects?
Well, objects I landed on a 5. I was not too high on the objects.
Okay.
But I didn't think about the televisions being turned on and off. Because I didn't see anything from them being the reports after it turned into a complete
Yeah.
assisted living
I
home.
really had to dig to try to find some stuff.
But I think I gotta add a point to there. I think I gotta add points to the guy's clothes just completely disappearing. Because those are objects that got taken away from them.
Yeah.
Like, and gone. They couldn't find them, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like whole new plane of existence. They're gone.
Yeah.
Maybe incinerated. We didn't talk about maybe the guy had burn marks or anything, but who knows?
Yeah. And I've also got to, think about this.
I didn't think about that I didn't think about the ember burning. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even though it's completely empty. The
Mhm.
chair moving, I gotta give credit to that. With the little girl that usually sits in the chair. I think I'm more than 8 on the objects.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
did
no,
you originally land on object?
I landed at a 6
Yeah.
originally.
I think 8 is the right number here, though.
Yeah, I think 8's the number. I didn't consider the guy's clothes missing or anything like that.
No.
But yeah. All right, so the last thing is the danger level.
So the most important category here is how dangerous is this place, right?
Yep.
I scored the danger level here at an 8. I think this place is highly dangerous. Is this a 9 or a 10? No, I don't think this is a 9 or 10. I think you can go in here and not have
If you stay out of a couple of spots, you could go into this location and not have anything happen to you.
a couple of spots.
Couple of
A
spots.
lot of spots you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
I think there's a danger with renovation that nobody's talking about.
Yep.
How'd you land on danger?
I landed at a 7, but I could totally see an 8.
I think what's happening in the boiler room, what's happened with 323,
Yeah.
with the physical and emotional attacks.
Yeah.
It's definitely for me, it was an 8 for me.
Yeah. The one thing that I had to ask myself with this is, now that it's completely remodeled and it's apartment complex for old people, is this a Figueroa situation to where now there's no activity, all the spirits are freed and everybody's gone?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because
I
that
think
was
they're
when
not
I went and did that research. I don't know if Mr. 323 is still there, but I do think that the entity in the boiler room is still there, because the guards are still reporting stuff.
Yes.
So I think that one is still there, but I didn't hear any further reports about the entity in 323. So I don't know what happened to that creature, and I think that's why I landed at a 7, but I'm definitely willing to put an 8 in there.
Yeah. I do like the 8.
Yeah, no, I'm matching your 8, bro.
So I think I went up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I went up 15 points. That puts us at an 85.
Yep.
Wow. I was originally at a 70. Where were you originally sitting for Linda Vista?
I was originally at a 79, so I went up 6 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, you talked me up quite a bit on a lot of these.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you had,
Lights.
and this is why we do our separate research. You had more stuff that I didn't consider. I had some stuff that you didn't consider.
Who is
and
he?
That's why we end up at an 85.
Oh, that worked.
Holy shit, that
You
worked.
know?
That wasn't mine.
That was me.
I thought you turned it off.
I did.
Bro, you turned it off.
I unpaired it. I disconnected the Bluetooth connection.
Someone wanted to know who I was.
It's possible. That was mine.
That was yours.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to know who I was and turned it on.
And turned it
You
on. What?
turned off.
I turned it off of Bluetooth.
Okay, everybody. All the voices you've been hearing so far tonight have been from my ghost tube until just now.
What was the last one that you got? And what time was it?
I got lights. 2
What
minutes.
was the time on? 8:28. Okay. So yeah. At 7:29.
Here.
I got who is he, and it's possible, but I got do not. Why are you
Alexander.
here? Oh no, I got Axe. Axe came from mine.
Axe came from mine. I
have
Axe at 8:23.
I have Axe at 7:22.
1 minute before mine.
Yeah.
Yours said Axe, but it didn't come through.
No.
And then mine said Axe 1 minute later. Or it could have been 20 seconds later. Who knows?
So ours both said Axe less than a minute apart.
Less than a minute apart.
And then mine
yours. That was
Damage.
the first time, because I always look. Like
Mhm.
mine just said damage. I always look over to see mine. What's it saying? Is that mine? Because we usually have both of ours running. That's the first time I looked over. It wasn't mine. That was yours. It said, "Who is he?" You're like, "That's John." And then we start talking about it, and it's possible. It wanted to know who I was.
Yeah.
And turned your shit on.
turned my shit on and made it work because it wasn't working.
That made it work. Like, see, you see, I look church mine. That's crazy.
Weird. That's crazy, bro.
That's wow.
All right, 85.
85.
Good job.
Great score for the Linda Vista
That's
Hotel or Linda Vista Hospital. That was yours. That's mine.
Yeah, that's mine.
Wow. I don't know why yours all of a sudden decided to start. It turned the Bluetooth on.
Mhm.
I watched you disconnect it.
Yeah, my
Come over here.
Yeah, mine just says come over here. Come over here. My Bluetooth was on,
Yeah.
but I disconnected it from the
On
roadcaster.
the board. Yeah.
I disconnected it from the board, and then I just put the thing up, and then I was hearing it, but I couldn't make out what it was doing because the headphones are blocking me. But but then all of a sudden I heard that in my headset, and I'm like, wait, that was me.
Yeah, I looked over and like, that's not me. Wait a minute, that's not me. And you're like, that's me. I was like, holy shit. What that don't make I don't understand that.
You saw me just turn it off and I haven't touched that phone since.
It literally want to know who I was. It's like, who is he? Who is that guy? Why are you always talking to him?
What is that guy?
Wow.
That was pretty cool, bro. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
What do I do?
I might join the Instagram. I see showing up there, Emmett. Appreciate you. 85. So next week, bro. Next week is the Clash of Cryptids, the tournament champions. Did we decide? Are we gonna do it Thursday or the Saturday or
It was supposed to be today.
It was supposed to be today, but we both felt like shit.
Yeah.
Last night.
So I don't know. It's up to you if you want to do that first round after this, or if you want to do it Thursday.
I got presents to wrap, bro.
Everything's wrapped. We're done.
No, I'm late.
But so Thursday night,
the night before the tournament, we will be on Instagram Live.
Yep. This will be the 28th. And
we're gonna take our top 32 and bring it down to 16. And then on Friday night, we will declare the champion from the Clash of Cryptids. Oh man, I'm excited.
True.
Like I don't know who to root for. I got, I think I got a couple dark horses I like. I know I think my favorite still is the Wendigo. But I don't know. You got the werewolf, you got the vampire in there, you got Bigfoot. I mean, there's some cryptids. The Yeti, man, there's some good ones. There are some really good cryptids that we have been talking about all season long. That
that's John.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get into that. But that is next Thursday. Will drop us down to 16, and then on our live for Spirits for basically everything will be on that Friday, the 29th. So again, the 28th will be Instagram Live, which is at Spirits with Spirits 13.
Yeah. Need.
I'm trying to remember my own
Spirits with Spirits 13, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to remember our Instagram at Spirits with Spirits 13 on Instagram.
So
we'll be live there.
So as a teaser, John.
Oh, Dave's
you pick one cryptid, and I will tell you who that cryptid's up against in the first round.
Oh. Who? Okay. Okay. Let me think. The Rougarou.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know you weren't expecting me to say that, were you?
I had to find it. I couldn't remember what it was ranked. So the Rougarou is ranked 21
Okay,
and is
so I'm
going
happy.
up
I'm
against
not
the
sure.
Lechuza.
It's going up against what? Lechuza?
Lechuza. Yeah.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
And the Lechuza
That-
is ranked 12.
That's gonna be a good battle. That's gonna be this is what we're talking about, folks. This is gonna be a great, great tournament. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to go back into my notes for everything. Oh, so Instagram live on the 28th at Spirit to Spirits. What time you want to do that? I
Rituals.
know you work on Thursday. I got a 2.5 week break, so I don't work.
We work on Thursday, but it's almost New Year's, so yeah, we could go 5 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock your time, or we can go a little bit later than that.
Let's do our normal time that we do
So
our
6
live.
o'clock,
Let's
7 your time.
6 your time, 7 my time
Yeah.
on the Instagram live. We are gonna start the tournament.
Please go.
The Clash of Cryptids, the Clash of Titans, the Clash of Cryptids, the Tournament of Champions for the Cryptids. It's gonna be amazing. Man, I can't wait to dive into this shit. It's gonna be so good, so good, and I can't wait for the final 16 after we break it down to see where everything matches up. Because, as we know, if a 12 loses to a 21, is yet,
Yeah.
then that 21 now becomes 12.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting, folks. It's gonna be very interesting to see how things work out here. And I can't wait for the 29th to figure out who the champion from the cryptids, to see who's the top dog of them all. My favorite, I think, is still the Wendigo. I think that's my favorite. But who knows? Who knows? Kaimuki House almost beat
He
everybody.
told me.
So
Yep.
I can't wait. Any before I get to the fine print, Dave, do you have anything you want to say about what's going on?
We command it.
Season 4. I mean, anything you want to talk about here?
Wow. Season 4 is going to be good, bro, because not only, we're going to talk about um haunted artifacts or attached artifacts as one of our topics, but
Yeah.
we're also going to talk about aliens and UFOs, and
Oh
because a
yeah.
lot of stuff is coming to light
Yeah.
um about these extraterrestrials, and we're just going to talk about it. And of course, we have our locations.
Damage.
We're not gonna be reined in by a state or a country anymore. We're just gonna pick what we pick,
Yeah.
and just try to find the best locations we can
So
to review.
that's really going to be interesting, because I think people are going to really want to tune in to our Instagram lives, to kind of see how our month plays out. Because we'll kind of set up the month, right? Like when we do our Instagram live, we're gonna set up the month for you guys. We're gonna set up all of January. We're gonna let you know what locations we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna let you know what kind of alien show or attached object show we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be letting you guys know what is coming through. But the cool thing about it is, because we do it live on Instagram, you guys kind of get to put your 2 cents in. Like, you can say, I don't know if you want to talk about
Slowly.
that. I've heard about this place. It's not that good. Or that attached object is weak, or
Yeah.
aliens
Or
aren't
hey, if you
real.
want to do something, yeah, check this place out. Or yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you guys get to put your 2 cents in. We're always open to communication. So check that out. I am so looking. We've done this for 3 seasons. We got one more episode this year to finish off season 3, which is going to be a banger.
Mhm.
And then and then we're off to season 4 in January.
Mhm.
We've done this for 3 seasons, man. And don't forget, in season 4, February 2nd is our 100th episode together.
Yeah.
Doing this show. So I'm so proud. I'm looking forward to that. So looking forward to that. But
we're looking for that to be, that's going to be something special. We've got something special planned.
Something special planned. Trying to work some other things out, but got something special planned for the 100th episode. So before we get out of here, of course, I want to thank Spotify for podcasters. They are what allow you to hear our voice everywhere in places like, of course, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Breaker, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We are everywhere. They are a great place. Or, of course, Apple Podcasts. Forgot to say that. They're a great place to start your own podcasting career. It's completely free. They put that out to everywhere for you, completely free. As you grow your fan base, they'll actually help you out with sponsorships. Is also a great place to continue on as you get bigger. And of course, we want to thank StreamYard. StreamYard is why you get to see our beautiful faces everywhere every night, like the YouTube. With Spirits, or the Facebook at Spirits JD, or Twitter. We're not doing Twitter anymore. We're doing Instagram at Spirits 13. But if you do check out our Twitter, it's Spirits of Spurt. So thank you, StreamYard, for doing that. And of course, we want to thank Scare Network. They are freaking amazing. They allow us to be part of the family. We do exclusives for them every week. We are going to be actually, as soon as we finish up here, going over there and doing the episode for them. Dave just sent him pretty much getting us up to date. Sending him all the videos that he has.
I've still got a few more to send, but yeah, I sent him all the episodes.
I said almost up to date, pretty much up to date. I think there's like 3 more accounting tonight's episode.
I think maybe 4 counting tonight's that I still have to do.
Spirits was quiet for a little while they did the new formatting to their own stuff. They're completely up and running now on the Roku app. They are now working on Apple, Google, and everything else.
Amazon Fire,
and Amazon Fire. So to where things work correctly everywhere else. For me, still the best place to watch it on the computer. But Scare Network .tv is amazing. Billy and all those guys over there are doing awesome job. They just released a new one called a Dragon something. What was it called? Damn, my wife watched it last night.
What that Demon House or whatever it is?
Is it the Demon House? Is it Demon House?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I know it's a old castle almost, basically.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. My wife watched it last night. I still gotta watch it. Darkness in Suburbia was amazing. Devil in Bel Air, freaking amazing. The Bel Air House, which me and Dave will be reviewing shortly for Scare Network TV, is dude. You're going. I don't know if you watched it yet. I've watched it twice now. Is great. It's great. I
haven't had a chance to see it yet, so I thought we were having a watch party with it, but we never got around to it. So
my wife has watched it twice, which means I've watched it twice. I got lucky. She watched the Demon House at work. I haven't yet to watch it here. But go check out Scare Network. It is completely free. It's www.scarenetwork.tv. Ooh, the rum's kicking in. Completely free. You can. It is it does have a subscription to it to not. Oh my God,
the rum is kicking in.
The rum is kicking in, folks. They have a
what's the spatula in the thing?
It's a, what would you call it? A Prime membership? Premier membership? I don't know how you talk about that. Because it's completely free. You can watch it with commercials, but if you want to pay $4.99 a month, You don't have to watch commercials.
You can watch it ad free. Yeah, I guess a Premiere service.
Not for you.
service.
I guess it's not for you though, or
But
it's not for me. You
Uh,
got it, but I don't have
I
it.
got it. You don't.
I'm doing it with the ads to see how much different it is, and you know what? It's not that bad with the ads.
No, even with the ads, like I
Even
forget
the
to
ads,
log
got
in
me.
sometimes and watch it with ads. The ads aren't that bad.
No,
Like
well, and even I've watched whole episodes of our
It's inside.
podcast and not had an ad.
Yeah.
So it but every once in a while, depending on how long it is, you might get 1 or 2 ads.
Yeah.
And
So,
it's
I
not
mean,
bad. It's no different than what you get on YouTube.
yeah, it's honestly, I think it's better than what you get on YouTube. Because
Yeah, I think it
even
is
with
better
the
on
ads,
YouTube.
they're less than a minute. So
Yeah.
so it's pretty awesome. ScareNetwork.tv, folks. Go check those guys out. They're freaking amazing. I want to thank Billy and those guys, or really Billy. I want to thank Billy for allowing us to be part of that family. We have enjoyed every single moment of it.
Yeah.
Even when you were down for 4 months, we enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Here's to 2024. Hopefully we can continue our relationship with them. But
That is correct. It is contract renewal time. So hopefully Billy sees the good in us, keeps us going. Hopefully that doesn't change. If not, you might see us doing an episode here and then an episode strictly for Patreon. So
because we've got to work out what content we're going to be doing on Patreon
Mary.
next year.
I'm coming.
And that has a lot to do with what we're going to be doing for Scare Network.
yeah.
So
We're just trying to get everything figured out there, folks. So depending on what we're doing with Scare Network would depend on what we're doing with Patreon. So check us out there. That'll be coming live. I already got that website all set up. So just kind of waiting to see what Billy says there. I'm hoping he said, let's continue this relationship. Because I'm enjoying it. Dave's enjoying it. Hopefully Billy's enjoying it. I know he's super busy. It's the holiday season, but it's about that time. So we are going to leave you
I
guys.
want to talk.
And again, want to I know you want to talk. You turned the goddamn Bluetooth on. I want to thank everybody that joined in tonight with your comments and everything. Everybody that popped up on the Instagram. Looks like Rich Cop stopped in to say hello over on Instagram. What's up, Rich?
appreciate that.
We appreciate that. We're trying to get a little bit more viewership on the Instagram, which is why we're doing the live there now instead of Twitter. But man, again, Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you decide to celebrate this season or why you celebrate this season, do it. But just remember the most important thing about the holiday season here is the time with the family. Guys, you don't get that back. So cherish every moment you get with any member of your family. Being a person that doesn't talk to a lot of people. I know I talk a lot here on this show, but
You're talking a lot right now, bro.
All my friends will tell you I don't reach out to them as much as a lot of people should or I should. So every moment I get to spend time with my family, I cherish, and I hope you guys do the same. Whether or not you celebrate Christmas or whatever or Hanukkah, cherish that time with the family. You never know when will be the last time that you get to spend, what your last Christmas will be with them, your last Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus for the rest of us, or Yule, whatever you decide to do. That's part of your
Living room.
traditions. Cherish those moments with your family, folks, because you don't get those back. That's all I'm gonna say. Dave, any last words before we hit the baby in the head and kick the dog?
And put him on the trail.
Watch the horse run down the trail.
Now, the question that we always ask with the location at the end of it, now that you're off your soapbox, is
sorry, bro.
That's okay. It's not a 20-minute rant about suicide, so I'm okay with it.
All right.
So, is this place haunted or paranormally active?
I believe this place is haunted.
I believe this place is haunted too. And
I-
that's what we're going to end with. So, you guys, thank you very much. We've got the tournament next week, and that is our season finale. But this was our last location of the year. I'm looking forward to more stuff next year. You guys be safe. Take care. Have a great holiday. And we'll see you next week for our tournament. Bye, everybody.
Yes. Bye, everyone.